There's a couple of stories to get to. Um, Now this one's just the shortest one, and actually, it's a poll basically that was conducted, and the that was conducted said that Americans think that the country is headed in the wrong direction, which basically it is with especially with Trump trying to lie his way through. More Americans now believe that the country is headed in the wrong direction than at any earlier point since the fake President Donald Trump took office, according to an Associated Press NORC Center for Public Affairs Research poll released on Sunday. Eight out of 10 Americans said that the country is headed in the wrong direction. Just 100 days at the time that this poll was conducted, it was 100 days until the November election, and after months of downplaying the severity of the coronavirus crisis, Trump last week urged Americans to wear masks and help slow the virus spread. Just 32% of the respondents say that they supported Trump's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, and 38% said the economy is in good shape, which it's not, but it's down from 67% than it was in January. And this poll was based on a survey of 1,057 Americans, and it was conducted during the week of July 16th through the 20th. Also, most recently, Trump and his family are making Trump made illegal secret payments, including to his own family, out of Washington. The fake President Donald Trump's campaign is violating federal election law by funneling close to $250 million to date through the private companies in order to hide the ultimate receipts of of recipients of the money, including his ugly ass hooker wife, including the ugly hooker hooker wife of one of his sons, and the dumb cunt girlfriend of another. A watchdog group charged in a complaint filed on Tuesday. The money is being laundered through corporations that are run by a top Trump campaign official, said Brendan Fisher, who's a lawyer with the he's a lawyer. Brendan Fisher, who's a lawyer with the Campaign Legal Center. That has the effects of keeping the public in the dark as to a big chunk of the Trump campaign spending. The group's complaint with the Federal Election Commission asked for an investigation to put an end to the practice and to punish the campaign with fines. How quickly any of that might happen, though, is an open question, given that the commission currently does not have a quorum to take official actions. Even with one in place, this investigation can last for several years. According to the complaint, both Trump's re-election campaign and a related fundraising group called the Trump Make America Hate Again Committee are breaking federal campaign law by running payments through former Trump campaign manager Brad Parscale's private firm, as well as the Make America Hate Again consultants, company created specifically to place ads and buy related services for the campaign. Parscale's companies have already received $39 million from Trump's campaign, the Republican National Committee, and their joint fundraising committees, according to a HuffPost analyst of FEC filings from January 20th to January 20th of 2017 through the end of June 2020. Make America Hate Again media consultants they've been paid $177.6 million from those same committees through that time period. Among those payments of $180,000 a year, each went to that $180,000 a year went to Kimberly Guilfoyle, who's a dumb cunt, and she's the ugly ass hooker girlfriend of Trump's eldest son, Donald Ugly Ass Trump Jr., and to Lara Trump, who's another dumb cunt, who's the wife of his second son, Eric Trump. In April, Parscale acknowledged paying them. In April, Parscale had acknowledged paying them through his firm, Parscale Strategy. He says, "I can pay them however I want to pay them." He told HuffPost that's not how it works, but other secretly paid vendors appear to include those belonging to a Parscale associate, Gary Kobe, that sent out the ubiquitous mass fundraising text messages to many hundreds of thousands of Trump supporters multiple times per day. One of the basic concepts behind federal campaign finance law is that Americans have a right to know how candidates, parties, and political action committees raise money and spend it. This scheme, however, violated the law and undermines the public's right to know. What precisely is being hidden is unknown. We don't know for sure, Fisher said. The Trump campaign communications director, Tim Murtaugh, had denied that the payments broke any laws, which technically it did. So, AMMC is a campaign vendor responsible for arranging and executing media buys and related services at a fair market value. Murtaugh said, AMMC does not earn any commissions or fees. It builds efficiencies and saves the campaign money by providing these in-house services that otherwise would be done by outside vendors. The campaign reports all payments to AMMC, which is required by law by the FEC. The Republican National Committee, which also benefits from the work of the dumb cunt Guilfoyle and the dumb cunt Lara Trump, said in a statement from Communications Director Michael Arends that the RNC and its joint fundraising committees comply with all FEC regulations and campaign finance laws. No, it doesn't. The Campaign Legal Center's complaint says that previous rulings from the FEC make clear that paying vendors to perform services without itemizing subcontractors and employees is only permissible when those payments are made in arm's-length transactions. But when campaign officials are involved with a vendor's business, such as Pascal's clear involvement with his own private firms, and the vendor's payments to contractors and employees must be itemized, said the complaint. But under the Trump campaign theory that it can pay a lump sum to its private company like Pascal's, and there is nothing stopping it from funneling all of its spending money that way each month, with the public getting zero details on how any of it is being spent, Fisher said. He acknowledged that previous campaigns have used similar entities in the past. The presidential campaign of Republican Mitt Romney in 2012 created a firm called American Rambler to buy all of its television advertising, but nothing on this scale. The Trump campaign has taken it to another level, Fisher said. Pascal was recently demoted from campaign manager to the head of digital strategy, the same job he had in Trump's 2016 campaign, during which his firms were paid $93.9 million. Trump, according to informal advisors close to the White House, was unhappy with how much Pascal had made for himself, even as the campaign and the RNC together spent close to $1 billion, and Trump himself slid in the polls. Thanks to his newfound wealth, Pascal, who was just a few years ago was designing websites in San Antonio for Trump's properties, had been able to buy a $2.4 million waterfront house in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, a pair of $1 million condos, a brand new $400,000 boat, and another $500,000 in luxury cars, including a Range Rover and a Ferrari. Fucking greedy bastards. But yeah. So if you liked the video, give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, Brian Van Wyk, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video comes out, and thanks for listening.